Wrenching testimony from the families of those killed in the Wieambilla massacre as a 5-week inquest today came to a close. The loved ones of Constable Matthew Arnold, Constable Rachel McCrow and neighbour Alan Dare scathing in their criticism of police and grief-stricken by the tragedy.
Tomorrow, Friday, August 30, Rachel would have turned 31. It will be a day marked by impossible grief. As for Matt, a triplet, he won't get to be a groomsman at his sister's upcoming wedding or celebrate his birthdays with his siblings again. Matt and Rachel's deaths must not be in vain.
The emotional plea from the families of slain police officers Rachel McCrow and Matthew Arnold came amid sharp criticism over the questions still unanswered.
It highlighted serious operational failings that we believe could have prevented this tragedy.
In December 2022, police attended the Wieambilla property in response to a missing persons report, seen on body cam relaxed and chatty.
What about you, Keely, Rachel, Matt?
Moments later, they were ambushed. Extremists Gareth, Nathaniel and Stacey Train stalking and shooting at the officers as they radioed for help.
He shot Rachel, I believe. I think she's dead.
Hell, mate. Hang in there. What about the other two?
Matt's not moving, Rachel's not moving now. And Keely I haven't seen.
Constables Rachel McCrow and Matthew Arnold were shot dead. Randall Kirk escaping after making a run for it.
He's coming over. Should I run? You good?
The Trains tried to smoke out Constable Keely Bruff, but she managed to escape. Neighbour Alan Dare wasn't so lucky, murdered when he went to investigate. The inquiry hearing his wife's 000 call.
Oh, you don't understand. My husband's been shot. What the don't you understand? Really?
The inquiry learned the shooters suffered from a joint psychotic disorder, their diaries and digital footprints revealing a fixation with conspiracy theories. All three were killed 6 hours later in a shootout with the Specialist Emergency Response Team. Today, on the final day of the inquiry into the tragedy, it was revealed Rachel spent her final moments recording a message on her body cam for her family. "I love you, I love you, I love you," she said moments before she was executed.
We desperately miss Matt and Rachel. The pain is so excruciating and unimaginable. It is with us every breath and every step we take.
Rachel's dad recounting the moment he heard, saying, "I dropped the phone. I screamed and yelled and dropped the phone again. This was my worst nightmare."
While the terrible void in our lives will never be filled, we hope any reforms put forward by the coroner will prevent a tragedy like this happening again.
Calling for reform, their victim impact statements conveyed the depth of their loss. "We love you, Maddie. We miss you every day, and we will speak your name with pride always. Rachel, we want you to know we love you so much too. We will never stop loving you. We will never stop asking questions, however uncomfortable they might be."
Look at that body cam footage and everything that's come out of this inquest. And I just do not know if you have a loved one who is a police officer, how you let them leave the house. Because watching Randall as he's running, it's just, I had to stop everything. I wasn't breathing.
Oh, and you know, you see their mothers. It's just awful. Yeah. It's just beyond. I can't imagine the hurt.
Well, Shane Pryor is the president of the Queensland Police Union, and he's with us now to discuss this. Shane, how have you and the rest of the force felt over the last 5 weeks just watching the evidence unfold?
I think it's fair to say that every Australian is shocked and is upset by what they've heard. I know our people here in Queensland, our police are extraordinarily upset, but in particular, the officers that had to go in and relive those moments, I know they're doing it really tough.
And I can imagine for police, they would have an understanding of this, but for the rest of the country, the body cam footage really brings it home. I think everyone who watched that had a visceral reaction for that. What was it like through your eyes?
Oh, it's confronting, harrowing. I know every single police officer goes to work knowing deep down that they may not come home, but looking at footage like that, it just makes it real to them. For me personally, I think of my family and not going home to my family, and that makes me very upset.
Just how vulnerable were these officers walking into that ambush, Shane?
Oh, they were extremely vulnerable, but they were only vulnerable for one reason, and three people are to answer for that, the murderous trio. What's not okay, though, is that when a police officer reaches for a radio and it doesn't work, that radio is a vital lifeline. They need to reach out to other officers for help at that moment. It's not okay that officers need to use their own mobile phones to reach out for help.
Shane, this is not the first time there's been an inquest into something like this. The death of Senior Constable Brett Fort a few years ago exposed similar failings. What needs to be done to improve officer safety?
Oh, safety for our police is absolutely a paramount priority for me. And if there is a lesson to be learnt, then I want to learn it. What I think is important that we let the coroner take the time he needs to go through the evidence and come up with some good, solid recommendations. If there are resources that we need to invest in to make the workplace of our officers safer, then let's hear it.
Well, Shane, we await the coroner's findings. A new chapter perhaps begins after that, or at least we hope so. Thank you so much for speaking to us.
Thank you so much.